What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Froggy Socks. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Man, I know it's frustrating. I know how everybody's feeling. I'm feeling the same way. I was up almost 30-40%, maybe more on APE at one point in time. Now I'm down probably 11 grand on it or more. I don't know. I don't even look at the P&L anymore because I still believe in the plan. I know what's about to happen. I get everybody's frustration. We want a word from Adam Aaron. He's busy. He's out seeing the apes at the theater today. Sometimes we want things that might compromise what's about to happen from him. And I totally get it, but you should still pressure the CEO to address the problem that we're seeing, which we see in the poll that I just conducted, which I appreciate everyone coming on this poll. It's absolutely amazing. I was hoping for 2,000 votes because most presidential poll samples have a sample group of at least 2,000. Right now, we're sitting at 4,177. 500 shares out of the 4,177, 26% of those votes have 500 shares, 28.8% own 1,000, 17.33 thousand, and 27.85 thousand or more. I kept those ranges because we already know AMC has an average of 5 to 7 based on those polls. But I did post my new, well, that's not the new updated one. Where's the new updated one I just posted? Right here. So 4,144 votes, 26% own 500, 28% own 1,000, 17% own 3,000, and 28% own 5,000. This gives you the number of shareholders. Don't worry about the decimal points after. So we don't have fractional people. But here's the total number of shares on the right between 4,144 people. 5,801,600, right? That's a lot. So if we take that average and we have a shareholder base of 4 million people, that's 9.33 billion shares. That's an average of 2,333 per person. Now let's do a massive margin of error, which means there's error in the polls. People vote wrong. They don't vote honestly. Let's do like a 60-70% margin of error. If there's only 800,000 people who hold AMC, that's still the same average shares to whatever 2,000 there, but that's 1.76 billion shares. I mean, we're right back to it. We knew this was going to happen. It's absolutely crazy. Now, in my last two videos, I talked about how they're selling synthetics. The market makers are selling synthetics to brokers to give you an IOU. Your buying pressure stays in the dark pool. There's no way to close that until they have a legitimate share from the APE offering to put in there, bring that off the dark pool, and put that buying pressure on the lit exchange. When you sell a share that does not exist or you do not own, that is naked short selling. You might not be selling the stock short, but in turn, by selling something that doesn't exist, you are actually creating negative price action through dilution. If you put an illegal share into the market, it's going to look like a real share, but it's going to dilute the price because there's no initial buying pressure to create that share. That share should be created from AMC, then bought by market makers to put into the market, not just created by the market maker and thrown into the market. You're missing the very start point of the buying pressure that creates that share. So we're seeing this massive price dilution on APE because now they've issued out the APE shares. At first, they weren't really selling a whole lot because they created the 45 million FTDs, but then they opened it up and everybody started buying, and we've diluted our price down to $2. I'm not telling you to stop buying. I have my position built. If you still got to build your position, do it. But if you've got 50, 60,000 shares or even 5 or 10,000, consider the little guy a little bit here. Do you really need more shares? I think it's better at this point in time to maintain this price level. If everybody just chills out and holds their shares, that's my personal opinion. You do what you want. But we've got our poll. It is kicking. We're showing billions of APE all over again, just like there's billions of AMC, which we knew was going to happen on the day of delivery. Everybody talked about it. It's absolutely crazy. So we know there's billions of APE. We know buying could be diluting our own price because we're buying synthetics that don't exist from market makers and all our buy pressure stuck in the dark pool. We know Adam Aron is going to release APE in bona fide offer, share offering. It's labeled at the market, but it's not strictly at the market. There is clauses in there and language in there saying they can negotiate prices to individual investors and institutions, which Adam Aron has probably been doing all month. He's probably like, I'm not selling you this at $2. You can buy it at $5. And if you don't like it, then hold on to your bag. And when the market crashes, you go out of business. This is Adam Aron extending the olive branch, saying, we know you're over leveraged. Give us our money and we'll let you off the hook. It's still going to squeeze though. When these guys start buying APE and covering those IOUs, the price action is going to go crazy. Shorts are going to panic. They're going to start covering. This is why Chanos went long on APE for the arbitrage and short on AMC, because APE is going to run like crazy. When this offering hits, people are going to start selling and cashing out. He's either going to sell and buy APE cheaper again to convert back over to AMC to cover his AMC shorts, or vice versa. But that's what I think is going to happen. Now, one of the most important things in this video, and I want everybody to go and read this tweet. This is from Dave Lauer. He's talking about failure to delivers. It's a long tweet, but it is a well-constructed, it's probably one of the best tweets in the past 2 years I've seen. He's covering the UBS violations and a couple other violations from RegShow and FINRA, which they've charged them with failure to deliver, selling illegal stock, everything we've been talking about. So I'll just read a little bit to you, but the most important part's the FTDs. Okay, so often when you bring up naked shorting and FTDs with anyone in the industry, they will say that it used to be a problem, but RegShow fixed it. The claim is always that this is not happening anymore because of robust compliance and enforcement. UBS would like a word. They charged UBS from 2009 to 2018, violated Rule 204, which I've talked about a lot, RegShow and FINRA Rule 2010. For 3 years, improperly used revocable volume weighted average price VWAP transactions or limit orders to address buy-in obligations for failure to deliver positions, resulting in 5,300 violations. What he is saying here is that they are using limit buy orders to spoof a report that they actually have bought these shares to cover their FTDs, so these FTDs can come off the lists. For all we know, everybody has been doing this for the past 2 years. If they're using limit buy orders to take FTDs off the list to give them more time, then there are billions and billions of failure to delivers at this point in time. We saw 45 million with APE that just disappeared, and we had zero price action when they were supposedly covered. You guys all saw that. It's absolutely insane to think that there's 45 million failure to delivers, which on the day that APE was issued, August 22nd, we ran to 1030, multiple halts, 13 or 14 halts, and then our price has crashed ever since, straight down ever since. That's because there's 45 million failure to delivers that were never covered. If they used limit buy orders to spoof them off of the report, well, where are they now? They're probably wrapped up in some kind of swap, or they waited to sell more APE and put it back in the dark pool, or this or that. It's pure fraud. It's out in the open. Any regulator that is not charging these people right now, whoever it is, I filed a FOIA request to see who is actually responsible for those 45 million FTDs. Why they're not being charged, why these people are not being put in jail is a complete failure of the regulatory system. It's a complete failure of Congress, who are all in bed with the big financial lobbyists telling them to sit tight, don't do anything sporadic. This is a big deal, too big to fail, bullshit. It's absolute garbage. This is why people are getting frustrated with Adam Aron, because we expect him to come out and scream from the mountaintops, you guys are doing illegal shit to my stock, we're going to get you. But you got to remember, Adam Aron is one man against an entire system of fraud. The SEC, FINRA, the DOJ, Congress, the big banks, the market makers. It's crazy. So what does he do? He creates APE preferred equity units. You stop barking. You stop it. Dog barks every time I'm on live stream. Oh, here we go. Neighbors are outside. Here we go. Would you be quiet, please? Get out of there. Come on. You go lay down. Good Lord. Sounds like a dying velociraptor. Are you okay? Do you need to come say hi to everybody? Do you need a hug too? Huh? Oh, froze my camera. Anyways, back to it. Sorry about that, guys. Fix my webcam real quick. Okay. So anyways, failure to delivers, limit buy order spoofing, gets them off the list. They circle it back around. They could be selling it in a swap. Who knows? But Adam Aaron can't challenge this entire system legally and come out and win. They'll crush him. So what he does is creates APE, right? Instead of fighting the system, he plays their game but better. Because now if he sells APE into the open market, it's going to create pure buying pressure. Even if he sells it at $2 a share into the open market, it's going to create pure buying pressure because they are legitimate shares. But what he's going to do even further past that is he is going to sell them specifically to institutions that are going to be negotiated at premium price instead of just dumping shares out on the market. He is going to try to sell these shares to the people who are actually selling us synthetic shares because he knows they need them. The whole financial system is in a shitstorm right now, a massive one. The UK is in deep shit. Credit Suisse is getting ready to fall. It's absolutely crazy. Ken Griffin went out and closed a fund and made a new one in the UK. The first funds to fall in the GameStop saga were some of them from the UK, White Square Capital. That's why we had so many people from the UK who sounded like suits in our space calls harassing us all the time because we put them out of business. So here's my whole thesis on this, and this is a little bit from the last two videos. They sold us too many synthetics. We bought them. It diluted our share price, which we see. The failure to delivers were erased by doing limit order buys that they never fulfilled in a spoof. They're probably making some kind of swaps on the backside in the dark pool, which is illegal, probably creating even more synthetics. The cure for this is APE. Adam Aaron is going to sell APE, and if you read the 8K, it says at premium prices and negotiated transactions directly through Citigroup with buyers that have to be paid for in cash the same day. There's also a clause in there saying that they might send retail shareholders specific rights to buy APE directly from AMC theaters. What that means is you can go in to Citigroup, if they do issue us these rights in a distribution, you can file to buy, say, 50 APE at $20 a share if you want, which makes the price go up because you're willing to pay that. It's just like the NFT sales. When we wanted him to sell us NFTs, he hasn't done it yet. He liked the idea. But if you want to help AMC raise massive capital really quick and they send us these rights to buy these APE shares directly from Citi, I'll go buy 10 shares at $20 a share. That's me injecting cash directly into AMC, helping the buy pressure hit the ticker so the rest of the APE goes up really quick. It's all in the paperwork, folks. So when he raises all this money, and some people are speculating from the UK that he could raise $14 billion from this. I'm going to be conservative and say 3 to 5. What would happen is he sells these shares in block transactions time after time. Whenever he decides to do it, he raises $2 billion. Guess what? There's unusual options activity on AMC on October 21st. Unusual Whales sent out a alert for it. I found it on the options chain myself. There is an $11 max pain on it October 21st for AMC. For my Hoyles method, highest open interest, lowest strike, it's $8. We're sitting at what, $6.50 or $7 right now? So that's at least a $2 increase for AMC by then, if not $4. That means APE is going to come up too. Somebody knows and is betting big money on the call side and selling puts. Somebody knows that Adam Aaron is getting ready to raise a shit ton of money before October 21st or during that time frame. He's going to do it because of the bonds. November 7th, there are 3 bonds that I posted in a tweet. Let me see if I can find it. You guys know I tweet way too much, so it's like impossible to find any tweets that I... let me search it real quick. I should have had it up. The bonds are important, you guys, because of the yields. Here we go. Oh, come on. Where is it? Let me try CUSIP. CUSIP. Well, I'm never going to find it. So annoying. My bad. I listed 3 bonds by CUSIP number just a day ago, which is sad. That's how you know I tweet too much, because I should be able to find it really quick. Anyways, whatever. You can look at them on Fidelity. So the bonds are 2025 and 2026 expiration dates on them. They're 5.56 and 6.56 coupons, but they yield 22 to 24% right now. Meaning, if you short AMC, it is perfect for you to buy the bonds. The worse the stock does, the better the bond appreciates, right? So they're making 23, 24% while they're shorting AMC down to garbage, making money off the bonds, the debt. AMC sells debt, creates a bond, the bond's owned by the debtor, right? So what's going to happen on November 7th? Instead of waiting 2 more years for these bonds to mature, Adam Aron has an option to call on those bonds on November 7th, 2022. Meaning, if he has the money, he can go buy those bonds back forcefully at the price from the debtors, right? Meaning they're going to lose their bond, they're going to lose their interest rate, they're going to get the money for the value of the bond plus any interest up to that date, but their hedge is gone, meaning they're going to have to cover their AMC shares. If he buys the bonds back, the people that own the bonds do not want to short the stock anymore because there's no hedge. They're not making 23%. They're not worried about AMC doing good. If they're making 23% on the bond, the stock is going down. They're going to keep going up on the bonds. If the stock goes up, the bonds are going to devalue. So he's going to buy them back November 7th. So check it out. Adam Aron raises a bunch of money with APE in the next, say, 30 days. He buys the bonds back November 7th. Guess what November 8th is? Q3 earnings call. It's all time. Boom, boom, boom. APE capital raise. Everybody bought the shit out of APE. The price plummets. Adam Aron sells 425 million shares into the market. Just like June 7th, the price skyrockets. APEs are like, I'm going to take some profit. More APE shares get sold out into the market. Institutions buy them all up. They hold them. They hold them so when they convert, they can go back and convert into AMC and start covering the IOUs they owe on AMC. Again, Adam Aron does another capital raise. APE price keeps dropping. The APE shares for the institutions that need them to get AMC devalue while we sit and hold our AMC as it's going up. They come in and pay a premium for AMC. It's like the perfect, just, it's so tactical and smart that he played against the corruption in the market. He came onto their field, played honestly, but played smarter and trapped them in their own crime. When you sell something you don't own, it's easier to prove the fraud. It's so easy for a person to prove that you sold something you do not own because there's no evidence it exists. So, APE sales raise cash. APE price goes up. Institutions buy some from Adam Aron at premium. We start selling ours at, say, $5, $10, $15 a share or whatever you imagine it's going to go to. They start buying those. Then all of our shareholders are like, I'm going to go buy more AMC then. So we're sitting on AMC while APE is doing its thing. When it starts coming down, those institutions are going to hold it so they can convert it to cover their IOUs while we're sitting on AMC waiting for that squeeze to happen too. And all the while, the shorts are going to be scrambling to cover because guess what? I guarantee you that probably 30 to 40% of the people shorting AMC are naked short and do not know it. They're naked short because they went to borrow shares from institutions that bought them from market makers that created IOUs. Everybody's shares in Robinhood are fake. So when they go to Robinhood to borrow those shares to short, they're borrowing a share that was created synthetically and shorting it, meaning there's double sell pressure on it. But when they come time to cover, they're going to get trapped in their short because there's no shares to fulfill their position with. It's absolutely crazy. That's all I wanted to cover today. Thank you for coming in. I am kind of going through your comments. I don't even know how to say this anymore. You guys, there's so many people coming into the chat that it's hard for me to get everyone's comments because I never expected to be this active on YouTube. But I just love what we're into right now. I think Terrible 808, me, Swing Trade Mars, PJ, everybody that rolls with us, we are directly over target because we've been taking some serious attacks lately. It's absolutely crazy. But I want to say, you guys in the chat, I really appreciate you. I have good news. At the end of the month, this has been the most successful, second month only, but the most successful month for Froggy Stonk's channel raising money off of Google in your views. I think it's going to come in around $400. YouTube's being funny, putting it up and down and up and down. I will post the total amount I made at the end of the month, and every single dollar that comes from this channel is going to go into AMC gift cards, which we're going to do in space calls this time while I'm streaming live on YouTube. So if you want an AMC gift card at the end of the month, we're going to be handing out possibly $400 worth if my estimates are right. Go on Twitter. You don't have to engage. Start an account and join the space call. And we're going to pick random people from the space call and send them a free $25 AMC gift card in their DMs, all from the YouTube money. I'm not keeping a dime of this. And I want to tell everybody, when this whole thing is over, I might pop on and say hi every now and then, but I'm not going to be doing like stock stuff. To be totally honest with you, I got to hand it off to Bigums and Trey and these guys. This is a lot of freaking work, man. It's absolutely crazy. And Pam, oh yeah, all my moderators too. Pam, Suray, Realtor. I don't even know all their names anymore because I'm such a terrible YouTube host. But thank you very much to all my moderators. I need to kick you guys all gift cards for your hard work. Absolutely. Pam be going to the movies like every day, man. She needs like a golden ticket. She should earn a free golden ticket, free pass for a year from Adam Aaron, in my opinion. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's all I had. You know the thesis. Please go back and watch the first two videos I made this last couple weeks. One is about the synthetics. Two is about the bonds. And this third one is to cover basically the overall reaching theory, the poll, and Dave Lauer's tweets on how they erase FTDs. Please understand try to understand what I'm saying. Go read the 8K filing for the APE share offering from AMC Investor Relations. If you have not signed up for AMC Investor Connect, it's free. Please do it. You can get some free popcorn. They got lots of great deals. And you'll be put in line for NFTs that are coming out. And don't forget the chain of events that's about to come up. One, the stock market's open Monday, which is weird. It's Indigenous Peoples Day, formerly Columbus Day. Usually it's not open that day. It is this year. The bond market's closed. It's really weird. Two, between now and October 21st, there's unusual options activity with an AMC share price max pain of $11. Three, there are 3 callable bonds for AMC on November 7th, meaning Adam Aaron can go buy that debt back on the official agreement, erase that debt, pay out the bondholders, which might get them to close their short positions on AMC. 4, traditionally, Q3 earnings call for AMC is November 8th, which you know we will stream live. That's going to be a good one, man. I'm telling you. Q3 and Q4. Q3, they said, don't expect much from us from Q3, but they said that in Q1, and we raised a ton of money in Q1. And these movie releases, Avatar made over $50 million. We're looking good. So we have all those time frame catalysts dropping right in a row. Don't miss them. I'm staying the course. I am not selling. I'm maxed out my position. I won't be buying anymore either at this point. I'm completely maxed out. I'm looking forward to the next 3 weeks. I hope you guys are too. Please have a good weekend. Stay safe. Love you guys. Froggy Stonks out.